Yeah, this is Linux Cool Dude. I want to show you some behind the scenes of the Chatterbox show. And I'll go ahead and I'll scan around first so you can see everything. And hopefully it won't go too fast. And then I'll go ahead and give you guys an overview. Some of this is just a bunch of junk as well. So, okay. Probably first thing right here is I use some studio lights, which is the Cowboy studio lights, and which use fluorescent bulbs, I think 45 watts. And I do use 3 of them. I did used to use just 2, but looking at some of the archives, I decided on using the 3. Actually, 1 by each camera. And well, the umbrella kind of reflects the light just slightly toward the, of course, where I am right here. And of course I got my refrigerator here. I usually keep it stocked during the show because my throat gets dry, so I gotta usually drink something while I'm doing the show. Okay, next thing I'm gonna show you is the main camera. Okay, I have 2. This one here that's on the tripod is the Sony HDR CX550, and it is a widescreen camera, the lens. So, which is nice because there's not a whole lot of cameras that use it. Before I had to use a widescreen lens attachment, and this one I don't need that. And what's also nice, it does do like 5.1 surround sound, and has 64 gigabytes of built-in memory if I want to do like a remote broadcast and then show it later on the show. And I don't know if you see that blue wire, that's using HDMI out to the Mac Pro. And this one I use for widescreen angle shots for the most stuff. And this one right here is my secondary camera for close in. And this one's a Sony HDR CX110. It's just a basic camera, and it's great for mobile, using remote broadcast as well if I just don't want to take a real big one. It's very lightweight and small, and that uses HDMI as well. And both cameras run from HDMI to the Mac Core 8 Pro, which is 2.26 gigahertz, and it's really stock. Their stock base one, I think it's 2009 series. And I do have 2 Blackmagic Intensity Pro capture cards, 1 for each camera. And I can actually do up to 1080p, I believe, using HDMI only. But usually I don't set it that high. My show's usually in either 480p, or a couple of times I try it in 720p, depending on my bandwidth. And I was using a Mac Mini for the main broadcast, but I had to move it here because 8-core simply runs it a lot better. I can run a lot more things at once as well. And there's my on-air sign. I got it turned off right now, which is this right here. I found that at the flea market, and for $60, so that was a good price. And here's the main desk right here, which I have some more equipment. Now, it used to be a plastic table. I moved to wood because it was a lot better mount for the main microphone. And on this one I do have a Mac Pro 15-inch, or MacBook Pro 15-inch, and I also use that for remote broadcasts. If I'm on vacation and I want to do a remote broadcast, and it does work quite well, and that one has Wirecast 4.0 on it. And usually when I'm here in the studio, I just use it for chat, pretty much, and occasionally somebody puts a link in there, and then I'll bring that up using that laptop. Now this one I was actually updating and trying to upgrade, which is just a Acer Aspire 1 netbook, but I think I'm going to use that also. If I have a guest in the studio, they're going to use that for chat. And actually, let me go ahead and do this main microphone. Okay, I actually switched this out to a better microphone scissor stand, boom stand, which is a Rhodes PSA 1. It's excellent because You can put it in nearly any position, and it's for a decent price as well. And now I did switch from a condenser mic to a dynamic, which this one happens to be a Shure SM7B, which is actually designed for broadcasting, TV, radio, voiceovers, and things like that. And it's got a lot of advantages as well. And because it used to, my condenser used to pick up a lot of room noise, and it was very brittle, high end as well. And I like this much better for a general purpose use voice mic. Okay, now I did do something right here. I'm using these high quality cables, but I had to rewire it because I ran it inside the scissor stand, because before it was Velcro, so I had to take this connector out, run the wire through, and then resolder everything and put it together, which it works. I'm not getting any shorts or anything, and I'm still getting great audio out of it. And okay, now this one is what I used to use for the main microphone, which is Audio-Technica AT2020, which is an XLR, which goes to my mixer as well. And like I said, I had it used to pick up so much sound, like people walking down the hallway, fan noise, computer noise, and everything else, rubbing my nose. So pretty much you can use that as a guest mic. It's also great if you have more than one guest. It'll should pick up most of the guests in the studio. And okay, here's some of the monitors right here, and this is a Apple Cinema display, 24-inch. That's the main monitor for the Mac Pro 8 core, and this one right here is a Dell 22-inch widescreen monitor, secondary display. Now I usually don't use that 2 screens. Unless I do the show, then I'll just knock it down to 1 screen. That way I can, have a lot more windows open at once without having to switch windows, which is a lot slower. Of course, here's the keyboards for those as well. The one up front right here is for the Mac Pro, and this one here is for the Mac Mini. That's a Mac Mini as well. And I do have 2 mouses right here. This one's for the Mac Pro. I switched to a wireless because the cord used to get caught on the edge of the table a lot. Okay, this is a Magic Mouse, which I use for the MacBook Pro. Okay, next is my audio system, and let me see if I can get here without messing anything up. Okay, this is a Mackie 8-channel mixer, and this is for mixing all my audio. Makes it about 2,000 times easier than using a software mixer. Okay, the 2 channels for the main mics is this one right here is for the main mic on the boom stand, or the scissor stand, which is the Shure SM7B. This one's the secondary for the guest, which is the Audio-Technica AT2020, and I'm not using that one right now. Okay, then I got audio from both computers coming in, which is, Mac Pro, which is right here, and the Mac Mini. Now the Mac Mini which is back here, I used to use for the main show, which it actually did a very decent job, but after a while I was trying to run too many things at once. Perhaps it's slowing the show down a bit, so I moved everything to the Mac Pro. Now, possibility I might use it as a Skype machine, or lately I've been using it a lot for a music machine, bringing music into the stream. And this one's a 20-inch widescreen Acer monitor I use for that, just for the Mac Pro. And this one right here is just a 22-inch TV. You can use it as a monitor, but it's mainly a TV when I'm working back here. Now, hopefully you guys can see this. Hopefully it's not too close. Now, I do process the audio from both microphones coming into here. Well, actually one right now. The main mic on the scissor stand. This top part right here is the compressor. And this is actually 2-channel. And first channel, like I said, used for the main monitor. And the second channel I'm going to hopefully utilize with the secondary microphone for the guest. Now this one also, these 2 knobs right here are gate, which is really nice because pretty much if you're not speaking into the mic, it cuts out all sound. So if there's any background noise, most of the time it won't pick it up, which is nice. And obviously all the rest of this is pretty much for compression of my vocals. Now I only use it a slight, a little bit of compression. I don't want to over compress it, just enough to do the job. Now down here is the Affix 204, which is the big bottom and oral exciter, and this is also 2-channel as well, 6 knobs. And as well, I only do it just to enhance the audio, not to make it overbearing. Kind of gives it a little bit of the radio sound, and cuts through as well. And here's the other channel. Like I said, I'm going to try to implement that for the guest mic, secondary microphone. And I think I pretty much covered everything. And I think that's it for this tour. And I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes of the Chatterbox show, and I shall upload this to YouTube, and have a nice day.